This meeting is being recorded.
Welcome everyone to the Frankenstein debating tournament orientation. So what we will do, we will look at the round one. It's a multi-fold level tournament, round one, round two, round three, and you will have training also prior to the tournament starting. So we'll look at the training part and the round one. The round two and the round three, we will take it once you reach that round. And the best 30% of the debaters from the round one will move to the round two. That's the idea. Before that, I will just want to know, because this time I guess we have three. How many have joined now? 60, and I'm hoping that it will go till 300, something like that, because 300 students have registered till now, uh, and they will be joining. So, how many of you debated prior? Few names I can see. Yuvika, Kabir. Okay, perfect. And so it's quite a lot, correct? And even if you have not debated prior, you will get the training, so no worries on that. uh, Perfect. We have breakage of all. So this orientation is common for all the categories, 4 to 6, 7 to 9, and 10 to 12, but we'll try to have a different training for different categories. As means for the 4 to 6, obviously they have to go at a slower pace as compared to the adult category. That's the one. Regarding the question, I will come to the questions. If you have any question, you can keep asking in the chat. Yeah. Okay, if that's the case, then I'm gonna start the session. Okay, so first a bit introduction about me. I'm one of the founding member of IDL, Indian Debating League, powered by Ogly. It's the biggest tournament in India and will likely become a biggest tournament internationally. So we have last year 3,500 kids debated across the India. We have teams from each and every state. This time we're going to do the same, but this time it's going to be hybrid. So first round we will do physically online, and then we'll invite the best team to the Delhi. Correct. All the states team from each category will to come to Delhi. That's the biggest tournament ideal, and this Frankenstein in that category. So this is the tournament we are talking about, Frankenstein debating tournament. Look, already whoever come here, they've already registered, and today was the last days to register. From tomorrow onwards, your training will start, and I will share the schedule of training. So training will entails primarily at this part the fundamental of debating and also the structure of the round one, because as it's a tournament as like ideal, so you will have one-on-one qualifiers. This 30%, the top performing teams, the students, debaters will move to the round two, where we will form the teams. That is like semi-finals, and then you will have finals. Uh, then you have certification. What you will get certificates, you will get white art entry to the Indian debating team selection, and the last is obviously you will also get a chance to be part of the Planet X, which is a combined consortium by IIT Delhi and MIT. They look at the climate change, and they are part of this in terms of providing the content to our tournament. So we will be taking few master classes by international debater along with me and Diksha. So we'll invite Harish either for the adjudication or for the training. And Harish is one of the best debaters. Finalist at WDC, winner of EUDC, European Debating Championship and World Debating Championship. Also is currently the coach of Hong Kong national team. This is what our team has debated internationally, and as you do well, if you do well, you reach to the third stage. You will likely to get a chance to represent India internationally across the globe. What's in it for you? So you will get the access to the reading material on the themes that we have discussed, international exposure. You will all get the certificate, and obviously social media recognition, and the media publication that will happen post the results. This is before going to the schedule. I want to take few questions, and then I will give it to the Nitiksha ma'am. Any question? Okay, I guess two questions are here. So round two will be physical. Not in the Frankenstein. The Frankenstein is totally online. I meant it for the ideal Indian Debating League. So with the round two will be online. Currently, this tournament is totally offline. Is that clear? Yes. So if you perform well, you will automatically go to the IDL. It's not IPL. It's IDL, Indian Debating League. But let's stay here. Let's do perform well, and it's a precursor to that. If you do well, you automatically get part of the IDL, and that will set up you for the ISDS or the tournament if you are winner of that. Our previous best speaker is currently part of the Indian squad, Aruna Ghosh. Sir, I mean for Frankenstein is totally online, so online. Yes, I guess that's all the question that you have. Yeah, let's me share the screen. Nitiksha, are you there?
Hi, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. You let me know how to move the slides.
Cool. So, hello there, everyone. I'll just take it forward from here. So, I'll just be discussing the schedule for the next few days and how we go about the training, so on and so forth. Any questions pertinent to that, you're free to ask after I've explained, right? So, first of all, the schedule will be such that registrations were up to 14 June 2022. Training will be from 15th to 18th June, and in this we have like 1 day for the junior category solely, but that's something that we'll discuss later. Round one matches, which is like the 1-to-1 format, is going to begin from 20th and will extend till 22nd June, and team finalization happens like after you've qualified round one. Your team finalization happens from 23rd June onwards, right? And then you go on to the semifinals depending on whether or not you've qualified in the first place, right? Semifinals happen on 24th of June 2022. Timings are given in the brackets, which is 4:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. IST. Finals are going to happen on 25th June depending on who qualifies. Again, 4:30 to 8:30 p.m. IST. Results will be declared post each match in round 2 and round 3. I think that's self-explanatory. Can we have a change of slides, please? I'll address the questions afterwards, perhaps. Okay, so now the themes for the debate that going to happen across the three formats and rounds include pollution, fast fashion, plastic waste, construction, climate change, and food systems. And before this question comes up, let me preemptively clarify that construction might be something that you might think of as newfangled because it might not have appeared or featured on like the social media handles and everything. But then gas emissions are going to be a sub theme, all right? So you have to learn to identify the sub theme and put it within these themes, which means gas emissions is a theme definitely, but then it's a sub theme for a lot of these themes, which means the most predominant themes that you have to perhaps research on or should study about are these six themes, which are pollution, fast fashion, plastic waste, construction, climate change, and food system. All right. Slide change, please. All right, about training, right? This is very important. So what we're going to be doing on the 15th of June is format description, which is to say that I'll be discussing in detail the one-to-one format because that's what everybody would be appearing for, right? Afterwards is just qualifying and then going to debating in the APD format and the WSDC format. So the format description is going to happen on 15th June for everybody alike. So everybody should attend and get their doubts cleared. Even if you have attended and even if you have like debated in a particular format, I recommend that you come ahead and like just attend those format, like the description, in order to be very comfortable with the format and not suffer with the technicalities at least. All right. Then on 16th, we have training sessions, but only for the junior category, which is to say people from like grade 4th to 6th, right? This is to particularly cater to people who might not be acquainted with the format or might be relatively young to the as compared to the other people, right? Now what is it about this junior category training session is that anybody can attend. So people who are just absolutely uninitiated in any of the formats, I think you can also come and attend regardless of whether or not you're studying from the 4th to the 6th grade, right? So like if I am from 10th grade and I do not know anything about any given format, I think this session is going to be productive for me as well. Even though it was like it's designed particularly for the young people, it's also for people who are uninitiated in any given format. All right. Followed by that, you have on 17th June, you have case prep, rebuttals, preemption, all of which we'll be doing through practice. So consider this like a hands-on sort of a thing, wherein we have discussed all the technicalities, we have discussed all the kind, like the the theory of how you're supposed to be debating and everything in the first 2 days, and then on 17th onwards we just practice on how you case prep and how you rebut and how you preempt and so on and so forth, right? So like you'll be participating, I'll be participating, we'll be giving inputs to you according to which you can work and get better for the tournament, right? And on the 18th, again, it's a practice session. There we'll be practicing a full-fledged speech delivery, which can happen through any format. We could have an APD, we could have like a one-to-one thing. It's up to us. But speech delivery will be practiced is what is like sure in this particular session on 18th June. Next slide. All right. So about the one-to-one, one-on-one format, which everybody, regardless, would be participating in, is very simple to understand and wrap your head around. I'll just give you a brief about on it. So one is that okay. So one-to-one means that I am posited against another participant who is also participating individually. That's like a very obvious thing. The first speaker goes ahead and delivers a speech according to the stats that they've been given. It has to be a 3-minute long speech. That's the duration that you'll be given, after which the second participant, who is your opposition, is going to deliver another speech for 3 minutes, right? Followed by a reply speech from you as the proposition speaker for another 3 minutes, and then that will be reported by the other speaker for 3 minutes. I think this is pretty self-explanatory, but you have to understand that you'd be working within time constraints, so you have to function according to the time constraint that you have, right? So what you have to be mindful of here is that you are giving 3 minutes, which is very different from APD formats wherein you given more time as compared to this. So the thing here, or what you need to polish particularly for one-on-one format, is your time management and how you rebut and make constructives and preempt all within this 3 minutes time. Slides change, please. All right, I think that you can read this for yourself. I can enunciate for you as well. So each speaker can only speak for 3 minutes twice. Like I said, the format, you have a constructive speech followed by a reply speech. Then the adjudicator is not allowed to give their feedback after the debate, which means that you will not get an oral feedback or an OA, as we call it in the APD format, right? You'll just be given your verdict and that be it. And the adjudicator's decision, it will be binding. It'll be the final decision. You can't go ahead and confute it as such, right? The adjudicator will tap once when 3 minutes are over. So timekeeping will happen. You can do it for yourself. The adjudicators would be assisting you in keeping track of time as well by tapping or whatever, screen sharing even. And then any arguments presented beyond this time won't be considered. Of course, that's like a basic thumb rule. However, the speaker can complete his or her sentence after the tap. So the thing is that even if you speak after 3 minutes, we'll allow you to, but then in that case, and even if we're not down marking you for like exceeding your time limit, we're not taking what you're speaking after the 3 minutes into consideration either. So it's always recommended to end within the time frame in order for your points to be counted, because even if you're not being down marked, those points are not being considered anyway, so might as well not make them, right? Yeah, next slide, please. All right, so you generally get judged on these three broad parameters, right? Which is matter, manner, method. So matter definitely entails how much you know about the theme, if you've researched, if you have your data right, if you have your reasoning in place, all of those things, right? So matter is particularly what it is that you're telling us, or what it is that you're bringing to the table. How new is it? How off the beaten track is it? How much does it command our attention as adjudicators in terms of what you're saying and not necessarily how you're saying it? Okay, so you can also read these pointers by yourself. Manner is the second thing, which revolves more around your presentation, how your style of delivery. Are you taking your pauses? Are you just rushing through your speech? Are you reading from a paper? So I saw a question in the chat which said, oh, can we read from a paper? While you can use it as reference every now and then when you might be going awry, I don't think it's advisable for you to always refer to the paper or refer to the paper unremittingly. I mean, that is definitely going to lead to a down marking, because we have a separate judgment criteria called manner, wherein your eye contact with the adjudicators, your confidence, your intonation, everything is going to count and lead to the consolidation of your marks, right? And thereby impact the overall call. The third is your method, which is how do you structure whatever you have. So whatever content you have and however you're delivering it, how is it presented to me? Is it coherent for me? Is it easy for me to follow through? Is it I mean, so structure is just basically even if you have like great content, how are you putting it across? Are you putting it in the most optimal and the most effective way possible? Those kinds of things are going to be considered within this third category, and matter, manner, and method combined are going to give us your speaks, according to which the winners will be decided. Next slide, please. All right. Yeah, so it was about the app and the data, like the material will be shared with you, like for each content. We're yet to decide what the modality is going to be, but then it's for sure that once you divide it to categories according to the themes that you'd be prepping on, you'd be given material to study from. So it's not like you have to be scrounging from the internet and everything. You'd be given access to study material. It would also have your debate motions. It would also have questions and quizzes for you to just consume and get a fair idea about what are the various sub themes in these broad themes that I've just mentioned. All right. And I see there are a lot of hands raised. So I think we can take your questions one by one. Anag, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, any of your names wrong, in fact. Followed by Trishan, followed by Vedant, followed by Anika, followed by Anushri, followed by Pradyuman.
Ma'am, should I go first?
Yeah.
Ma'am, so my doubt was if two speakers do equally well, then are both of them selected?
Okay, so in the first round, you will play three matches, correct? One, two, three, and then there will be an average of all the three. Basis the average, it will be decided are you going to second round or not. If it's average and both two speakers have the same marks, then either both will go or both will not go. Okay.
So,
Prashant, you can go ahead.
so should we prepare for all of the topics, or are we going to get a selected topic?
So what is currently shared with you, these are the themes. These are the not the topics. So topics you will receive 3 days prior in the junior most category, which is 4 to 6, 2 days prior for 7 to 9th, and for 10 to 12th, it be just 1 day prior in the round one. In the round two and three, it will be just 1 hour prior.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Grant, you go ahead.
I had a couple of doubts. First was, for example, because I have tuitions, like if I want to access any recordings, so where can I access them?
We'll share the Ogley's Insta YouTube handle where you can find all the recordings, next day. So
Yeah.
today's orientation, you will find the recording of the orientation tomorrow morning on the YouTube channel.
Yes, and my second doubt was that, like, for example, as we said, that there was an initial speech and then a reply speech. So, like, for to us, like, to make our debate for the reply speech, will we get some time, and our position would be given to us with the topic, or like on spot?
Your stance, you are either preposition or opposition, will be given while along with the motion. That's A. Second question, you will not get additional time. All you can ask for just 1 minute, between the one speech to next speech. So you don't have much time other than this 1 minute.
Okay, thank
Yes.
you.
Anika, go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to ask, is the whole of this tournament online?
Yes, this is totally online competition.
Yeah. And you said that for the rounds 2 and 3, we would get the motion only 1 hour prior. So did you mean the rounds for the first level and forwards, or only the second and third levels?
A, your voice is not clearly audible. Whatever understood, for round two and round three, yes, you will get the motion only 1 hour prior.
So round 2 and 3 part of round 1, or levels 2 and 3?
They are different round. So if you perform well in the round one, then you will move to the round two.
So round 1, 2, and 3 are parts of the first level.
No, no. Round one will have three matches. 3 matches. So within a round, you will have 3 matches, but then round 2 is different from round 1.
So round 1 is the first, the qualifiers, and then the
Now,
round.
yes, round 1 is the qualifier where each and everyone will participate. Round 2, only who perform well in the round 1 will participate.
Okay, so the semi-finals and then the finals.
Yes. Okay. Yuvika, you go ahead.
Sir, you said that on the first day we will be having 3 matches, right? Am I audible?
Yuvika, you're audible. Not within a day. So between 20th and 22nd, you will have 3 matches.
And are we
At best you can have 2 matches in a day, not all 3 within a day.
okay? And are we supposed to prepare different topics for each day, or are we supposed to repeat our speeches?
You will get different topic, different motion for each match in the round 1.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes. I just shared the link, your YouTube link of the Ugly Future Academy, where you will find all the recordings. You can subscribe to it. Yes. Uh, okay. So Kuvar asked, how will you get the marks for eye contact when the tournament is online? Now, what does it mean? It means, look, if I'm reading a script, look, this is my notes, and the debate is going on, and I'm looking at this, I'm reading it loud. That what is not preferable. That you will obviously lose the marks of eye contact. So that's what even Nitik Sharma mentioned, that so when you are looking at, look at the camera. Even you are using the notes, look at them once and then again talk to back to the camera. Yes, Sia, 9th F. You go ahead.
Sir, what about the participants who are not able to qualify for round 2?
Uh, for them, the tournament is over. So you will get the training. You get to participate in the round 1. It's the
Okay.
qualifier. So, yeah. And just one more thing. Look, I can see only 84 students joining in, which is a lower number than what we were expecting. So if your friends are not here, do let them know after the session that orientation is done, and do tell them. And if they need the recording, do tell them where they will get the recording. Yeah, Meher Ghai, go ahead.
Will we just need to prepare one debate for all the 3 matches, or will there be different topics?
There will be 3 different topics. Each match will have different topic in the round 1. Yes, Parth Pandey 6B, you go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, do they in first round there is one match, there is one opponent, and then second round there is another opponent. So, sir, is there the one opponent which you have choose will uh, will be us will with we will be with us in the whole first round, or it will change?
It will change in different match. So for each match, you will have a different opponent.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, let's go with R Karthik 8th.
Yeah, sir. So, sir, you said that for the second category, we would get the topic and the motion 2 days prior. So, sir, if there are 3 matches, then would we get the topic of the first match on 18th and second match on 19th and third match on 20th? Or like that would it be?
Yes, yes. So what will happen that you will get access to a sheet, likely to be a Google sheet, where you can just update, refresh that page. You will get all the details on the same page. The first time you will get it 2 days prior, and then after that you can just look at the same sheet. Your name will be there, and you can look at your motion, your stance, and your timing.
And sir, in the round 2, how many matches would be there?
In the round 2, that will be decided based on the number of application. Uh, Between
Okay,
1
sir.
or 2, it will be.
Okay, sir.
Adraja Mitra, please go ahead.
Sir, I have 2 doubts. My first doubt is that when our other opponent is speaking, that time, just for a quick reference, can we see the sheet paper?
Yes. So if you're saying that if you and me are debating, and if I'm speaking, then obviously you can look at your notes, but at the same time, what is important that you listen to me. The second part of the speech, which is reply speech, you have to listen to me and then you have to counter. Now, if you are reading your own notes, how will you listen to me, and then how will you counter? So it's important that you prepared your script prior, the first speech, and for the second one, you listen to me and then try to counter. What is the second question? You had two
And so
questions,
my
Aditya.
second doubt is that, for example, so my second doubt is that if, for example, the participant is speaking and has taken a pause, and if in middle of that I speak, then I'll be disqualified.
No, no. So adjudicator will tell you when you will have to speak. In the round one, there is something called as POI, which you will learn later. In the round one, it's simple. When your turn comes, only then you have to speak.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
And I've taken your questions, so I will go. I'm going line one by one. Uh, Adam Bashin, please go ahead.
So is it like the master classes are only till the time of round one, or after we qualify, after that also we'll have some master classes?
Till 18th, which is primarily focused on the round one and also include fundamental of debating. Also for the round two, when the orientation will happen, so we will club orientation and the training for the round two together on 23rd, because that will be a new format, 3 versus 3. So the orientation will include some sort of training that how to debate in 3 versus 3 format. Yeah. Navya Khatri,
Okay,
fifth day, go ahead.
Sir, I wanted to ask that are we going to be told the position at the end of the matches, or we are going to be emailed?
Position as, so you will receive a Google sheet where you will get to know how much have you scored in each and every match.
Okay, sir.
Abhay Pandey, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask that will we be doing for or against, sir, and will we be told that we have to do for the topic or against the topic?
Yes. So, which grade you are, basis the grade which you are in, you will receive the motion either 3 day, 2 day, or 1 day prior, and within that you will get the stance, your motion, and your time. So, what you will get that on the 23rd, on the 22nd, I have the match at X, whatever, like 3 p.m., not 3 p.m., like 4:30. I have this motion, and this is my opponent, and this is my stance, either for or against.
Okay, sir. Fine.
Ananya, you go ahead.
Yes, sir. So will there matches be on consecutive days?
Yes, for the round one, yes, because we have to finish all the matches within 3 days. So either you will be doing 1, 2, 3, like you have a one match on 20th, then 21st, then 22nd, or maybe you have 2 matches in a day. But will ensure that you don't have all the 3 matches in a day. Yeah.
Yes. And sir, what if our reply speech is, what if the duration of our reply speech is for less than 3 minutes?
Look, that's not an issue. What you have to do in a debate is not that you have to cover up your time. It's just that you need to be comparatively better as compared to your opposition. So if you're speaking, and it's not about just the time, you have to look at the content. If your content is good, and even you have not utilized your 3 minutes, you still can win the match.
Okay, sir. And how will we access the material? The study material that we need to prepare
So
for
what
our
we will
debate.
do, this is the most important part. This is the same link that will work for all the 3 days. Correct. That's the most important thing. The same link will work on all the 3 days. Also, we'll try to create the WhatsApp group. I will check with my team. Uh, you know, Currently, I guess, basis the number that we receive, because WhatsApp some sort of limit of 254. Either we will create category-wise groups. That means 4 to 6 will have a one WhatsApp group, and subsequently you have groups. And within that group, we will tell you the reading resources that where you need to read. Likely, it's going to be the Ogly app. Yes, all the matches will not be on the same day. Yes. Uh, okay, let's go with Ojas Khandal, if the correct
Do
pronunciation.
all the matches will be on the same day?
No, no. You will have matches across 3 days,
Okay.
the round one.
So the motion is 3 days.
Yeah, motion will change. You will have different motion on different days. Yes, Ojas, go ahead.
Sir, I have joined late. So can you tell me what we have to do in first round?
Yes, you will get the master classes training. You join tomorrow on a daily basis at 6:30 on the same link. You will get training, which will train you what you will do in the debate.
So do we have to join at 7:30 or 6:30?
6:30. Some student
Tomorrow.
initially we decided at 7:30, but some student requested it to make it 6:30.
Sir, I will join at 7:30.
6:30.
So will we get the recordings of the trainings?
So the group that we have
Yes,
made that
you
will
will, you will one by one. No. Please ask question one by one. Correct. The one who's speaking only they will speak. When I'm done finishing their answering, then someone else will go. So, or just whoever asked the question about recording, as I mentioned, you can go and follow the Ogly Future Academy YouTube channel the next day. So, if today is the class, today is the session, the next day morning you will get the recording on the YouTube. Yes, Ojas, go ahead. What's your question?
So I have to join at 7:30 because I go for tennis classes at 6:30.
Okay, then no worries. You can join at 7:30 or you can watch the recording.
Okay, sir.
Sunita, you have used your email ID. Please go ahead. Sunita
please
dot
resend the link of the your YouTube channel.
it's there on the first you're asking question without I referring you. Please refrain from doing that. I just shared on the chat. Yes, Sunita, go ahead, please ask your question.
Well, my name is not Sunita. My name is Nihira. It's just my mother's account name. Anyway, I have joined late, so I am not able to understand a lot of what you are saying.
Okay, so the best way is then you can watch the recordings on our YouTube channel tomorrow morning. You will get to know each and everything. Correct.
Okay,
And also
sir.
just join tomorrow at 6:30 on the same link. We will doing the first master class.
Also, sir,
Yes, Nishika. I'm saying you just watch the recording. I've shared the YouTube channel in the chat. From there, you can subscribe to the channel. What you're saying?
I'm saying I have another doubt. So,
Go ahead.
so how does the debate actually go? Like, where are we supposed to
Yes, so
debate, or should we just be online?
it will be online, completely online. And I guess because you're not followed the conversation that we had till, you must have a lot of questions. Uh, so don't, you have to wait for some time. You will watch the recording. You will get answer to all the questions because you joined late. So, you have to wait. Yes, Nishika Chaudhary, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Weekly rebuttal based.
You're breaking. I can't hear you.
So excuse me, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I'm not
Will the
able to hear
match
you.
will be after the school timings?
Yes, all the matches will be 4:30 p.m. onwards. But please don't ask question like this. I'm asking who will ask the question because you can see so many hands are raised. Let me just go to Ananya. Ananya, you ask the question. Please go ahead. Ask it tomorrow again.
Sir, how will our partners be assigned to us?
Oh,
For
it will be
this.
randomly. It will be
Yes, yes.
randomly assigned with us. If you're asking that how will your team will be created, so we will invite you together. We will recommend that say for example you are in. Let's suppose you are in the 7th grade. Then we will have some formula to tell you. Otherwise, if you have any preference, we will happy to accommodate that.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Anika Tikka. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask if the matches for round one are day after day on consecutive days, how will we get the motion of a few days prior?
So you will get the link for this. You will get both WhatsApp and email, correct? And there you will get access to a link, a sheet, likely to be a Google sheet. And over there you will find all the details that I'm mentioning: your time, your day, motion, your stance, and your position.
Yes, so it will be there for all
Sir.
the matches.
Wait, I'm answering someone, so please don't interrupt. Wait when your turn comes up.
There will be
Yeah.
on the spreadsheet for all three of the matches for round one.
Yes, all the matches of the round one.
So
Obviously
if
we will populate the data as when the time comes. So for example, if your match first, it's going to be just populated for the day one, then day two, then day three, but it's going
yes,
to be the same sheet.
in first round also there will be people who are
I can't hear you. What's the second question you have?
I was asking in the first round as the matches go along. For example, there's the first match and there will be some people removed.
Yes, so this scheduling will be shared only for the round one. Round two scheduling will not be shared because that will depend on team formation, if that your question is.
I mean that in the first round there are three matches. So as the matches go along, all three of them, after the first match there will be a few teams disqualified. I mean it
No.
will.
You will play all three matches. Each one of the debater who are participating, they will play all the qualifiers. They are qualifiers. After all qualifiers, it will be evaluated. Will you going to round two or not? Basis the average score, not a single score. Okay. Uh, yeah, Vedant, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, so you said that the motion will be released for 7 to 9 2 days before the debate. So does this apply to all rounds? Because you also said that all rounds will have different motions.
No. So look, there are three rounds, but within a round, there are in the round one there are three matches. The formula or the system going to be same for the first round. That means all the three matches you will receive the motion 3 days prior, 3 days, 2 days prior, depending on the which category you are.
Sir, so will all of the motion come in like one thing, like all of the motions coming together for a match one, match two, and match three?
Yeah, no, it will depend. So if your first match is on 20th, so first you will receive 3 days 3 days prior the motion for the day one, then the second day, the day two, and day three. Subsequently, the sheet gonna be same.
Okay, sir, but if matches are in one day, then
No.
will
You will not have more than two matches. If there are two matches, then you will receive again 3 days prior. Irrespective
Okay.
of the number of matches, you will receive on the subsequent time.
Okay.
3 days, 2 days, 1 day, whatever the formula is. I can see who else is there. Sneh, yeah, go ahead.
Right, sir. A few logistical questions. I feel someone asked this earlier also, but I didn't get much clarity. I have a few classes going on from 6:30 to 8:30 each and every day. So most probably, if you schedule a match during that time, I would not be able to attend it. So are there any alternatives?
So, okay, so look, for the round one, we can very much accommodate that idea because we will have multiple matches going on. So for the round one, you can just ping on to the Ogly number. I can share the Ogly number in the chat. Give me a second. It's correct. For the round two, obviously it's going to be predefined. That will be difficult to change. And if you reach the round two, then what we will do, it's going to be just 1 or 2 day, correct? The 24th and 25th. So I
Right.
guess that you can accommodate. The round one we can accommodate because we will have multiple matches. So if you tell us now, we will accommodate. So you give us a slot. So you are saying something between 6:30 onward doesn't work for you. So we'll try to accommodate your match before that time.
All right, sir. And also one thing I told you on personal chat as well, that I registered a wrong number accidentally, and I asked you to change the number. Though I guess you
Okay,
forgot.
yes. Sorry, I may have informed, but let me just talk to the Sachin. Yeah, we'll get it done. Maybe it will be better if you just ping on the Ogly number because I receive so many queries. It'll be great if you just ping both the queries on this number and says, and they will accommodate. Correct.
All
I
right.
will ask them. Sure. Okay, Dia, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I had the same question. I changed my number, so I wanted to change it.
Yeah, please just ping on this Ogly number. They will just tell your name and maybe your school, so they're able to replace your previous number with the current number.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, Vachi. Oh, sorry. If please, Vachi Agarwal, please go ahead. And if someone else doesn't have a question, they can very much leave. Now it's only to the Q&A. Yeah, and there's still a lot of hand raised, so if you need not to wait. Yeah, go ahead, Vachi Agarwal.
Yes, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask if all the matches and the master classes will be held in the EST time only, right?
Yeah, IST, Indian time.
IST, right?
Yes. Yeah, Anvi, is that the correct name? Anvi, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the correct pronunciation. I think it was mentioned before that we'd be given resources based on our topics as some sort of study material. So I just wanted to know if that means that we're supposed to cite and quote only that resource, or if we can
No. Not at all. Look, in the debating there is no confined material. I can't say, look, this is the reading material. It's not an exam, correct? So it's not going to be done. It's just for your reference, basic introduction that we may give resources, but that's not the universe of the debate. So don't look at that. That's the only thing that you have to read. You are happy to read whatever you want within the broad theme that you have. So don't look at that, the external, complete solution of the reading that you have to do.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sure. Trishan, you go ahead.
Yes, sir. So I had a very small doubt. My doubt was that, like, for example, like our debate gets over by 6:30, like between like 4 to 6:30. Can we leave the meeting, or we have to remain in the meeting for the whole time?
Yeah, round one you can very much leave. There will be parallelly so many.
Like as in like the time would be given to us with the motion.
Yeah, so you will be given precisely, between 15 to 30 minutes. So you need to join it precisely at that time. And once your match is done, you can leave. So you don't have to wait, entire day.
Thank you.
Yes, Navya Khatri, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask that are there going to be different topics for different rounds?
Yes, it will be different topics for different rounds and different matches.
Okay, sir. Can I leave?
Yes. Anag, go ahead.
Sir, can I ask my doubt, sir?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. I had two doubts. My first doubt was there's a contestant A and a contestant B. So while both are competing with each other, when the results get out, contestant A gets 9 marks and contestant B gets 10. Now, then there's another competition between contestant C and D. Contestant C gets 7 and contestant D gets 6. So B got more than C anyway, but he still won the competition. So does it mean that both will move on? Or
correct.
is
So,
it dependent on
look, it is simple. You need not to look at who win, who won, who lose. The idea is simple. It's about the average score that you will get. So if you play 3 matches, you got 10, 10, say 7. That means you have 27 as the cumulative sum up of 3 matches. I'm just saying, let's suppose the denominator is 10 marks. So you getting 27 and the average is 9. So now if people are have more, number than yours, more than 9, then you will not able to qualify. If there are less number of students who have more than 9, then you will qualify. It's not like absolutely who is winning. It's more on the average.
Yes, sir. And I had one more doubt. Someone had already asked this, but I wasn't really clear on it. When we're holding for or against, do we get to know prior to it, or are we informed at this point and we have to prepare for both the topics?
You will be informed prior.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah,
Excuse
Sharma.
me, sir.
Who is this?
Sir, I'm Anashri. Sir, actually, I registered through my school, so I don't know what my OGLI number is. So where do I check it?
Okay, so again, the best way to is that you just ping on this number 8810465799 that I shared in the chat, and they can clarify, because I don't have also the data. The team will be able to answer that.
Okay,
But
thank you.
they will respond. So within few hours,
All
they
right,
will
all
respond
right.
all
Yes,
the
thank
queries.
you.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Pradyuman Sharma, go ahead. I guess only 6 questions remaining. Yeah. Pradyuman Sharma, 7B CR, go ahead.
Sir, for the counter answers, sir, like we are given the topic as pollution, so we can check that some counter questions can come, and then we can prepare earlier, or we have to just listen to you and then answer.
Okay, so the one is a main speech where you have to give your own points. So for example, if it's about pollution, the policy. So for example, should we have a carbon tax or should we have a pollution tax? That the one who is emitting pollution, they should be penalized further. Correct. Let's suppose that someone is using a car, someone is using sound system, which are emitting, causing more pollution. They be penalized further? If that's the case, so in the first speech, which is main speech, you will speak only constructive point, that what you believe in. In the second, which is a reply speech, you will oppose your opposition. And obviously you will get training about this, the counter speech and a reply speech in the coming sessions. Okay, with that, let me go to the Aviral Gupta. Aviral, please go ahead.
For the opposition will ask this question.
You will get the recording. Yes. Pradyuman, let me just go to the Aviral, then I will come back. Yeah, Aviral, go ahead.
So what are the dates for the matches?
Is round 1 going to be between 20th of June to 22nd of June?
So timings are 4:30.
Between 4:30 to 8:30. Exactly which 30 minutes your match will be, you will be shared on the sheet whenever you get the time.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And related to the question about the orientation link, you can again subscribe to the YouTube channel, and tomorrow morning there will be the YouTube recording, and for this is going to be for each and every master class, that whatever happens the next day the recording will be there. Yes, go ahead.
So can you send the dates in the chat?
Sure. It's round 1 between 20th and 22nd. Yes, let's go ahead. Pass Pandey.
Yes, sir. I have 3 doubts. Sir, my first doubt is that on the particular match day, if we are traveling or have any issues, so what will happen?
Look, so please let us know. If you can let us know now, then do let us to the OGLI team now, that that I have on these days. Look, at least you have to be available on at least 2 or 1 day out of this. Correct. You can't miss all the days in the round 1. Let's suppose if you're traveling on 21st, but you are available on 22nd. So do inform OGLI team that you are traveling on that day. So they will try to accommodate and not fix your matches on that days. But you have to do it ASAP, correct? Once the schedule sheet has been created, then it's very difficult to accommodate the changes. So if you have any traveling plan, just inform the OGLI team, and they will accommodate your schedule.
Yes, sir. So, sir, my second doubt is, if in between of match, I am telling my speech and spoken my speech, and accidentally my network goes off and my speech goes stop. So if I got deduct of marks.
No. So look, so what will happen? So for example, if I'm debating and my internet goes off, so the adjudicator will be, the adjudicator take notes that what you're speaking, at what time you're speaking, that you delivered speech till 1 minute or 2 minutes. Then they will ask you to join back, and they will wait for 5 minutes. If you're not able to join by 5 minutes, obviously, then they can't do. You have to be judged till the time that you deliver your speech. If you join within the 5 minutes, then you can deliver your speech from the time you finish.
Yes, sir. My third question is, sir, I was not able to
Yes.
listen carefully about this. What is this motion, sir?
Motion is topic. So when you debate, so for example, when you write an essay, that's called as topic. In debate, what is being debated, that called as motion.
Okay,
It's the other way of saying topic.
Thanks, sir.
Meher Ghai. Okay, only 3 questions remaining. Yeah, Meher.
Yes, sir. So, like, if I'm just debating and the opponent also debates, so I need to just conclude what my opponent said, or I need to give some examples to oppose that opponent after my debate is done.
Okay, so you're asking that how will you counter your opposition? Look,
Yes.
if I'm your if I'm up here, look, first you need to understand that what is there in the debate. In a debate, generally you give reasons, you give arguments, and what an argument
Yes.
entails. That involves some sort of claim, some sort of reasoning, and some sort of evidence. Now, as a team opposition, you can say, look, my opposition talks about this, and their example is incorrect. That's the first level of rebuttal, counter argument you can do. Second level of is that their reasoning is incorrect, and the third is their claim is not effective, or that's not impactful. So there are multiple ways to do the rebuttal, and again, you will get the training on how to do the rebuttal. If you listen a speech, what kind of reply or counter argument you can give back to that particular speech. So you will get the training on that.
Thank you. Can
Nishika
we leave?
Chaudhary. Yes, if your question is not there, please. Yeah, Nishika, go ahead.
Yes. I think I had asked this question before, but I couldn't hear the answer. So the reply, is it completely rebuttal based? Can we present any arguments as well?
Sorry, but I guess your voice is still breaking for me. Could you just type your question in the chat? Is that possible?
Yes, I'll do that.
Please do that. Ananya, go ahead.
Sir, since this is a high level competition, so sir, how many master classes will there be?
There will be 4 master classes for the, after this orientation, there will be 4 master classes for the round 1, and then one going to be for the before round 2.
And sir, if we lose our first match, then will we a second match or?
Yes. Look, so in the round 1, you will play all the 3 matches. So you will not be judged basis just a single match. Even if you lose a match, if you perform good in the other 2, then you have the chance to get to the second round, because it's the average of all 3.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, that's the last question. Pradyuman, go ahead.
Ask questions, or the opposition will ask us the question.
Sorry, what you're saying? Could you repeat, Pradyuman?
Sir, will you ask us the question based
No,
on
only
the
your
topic or the opposition?
In this format, 1 versus 1, we will not, the adjudicator will not ask any question. It's only your opposition will counter counter question you in their speech, in the reply speech. Nitya, go ahead.
Very good evening. My question is how to prepare on my end, like where do I get the material from?
So the best way to prepare is attend all the master classes that we are conducting. Also, if you look at our YouTube channel, you will find further both the debate, and also you will find previous master classes that been taken by the world's best debaters. So you go ahead and you will find best debating tournament, best debating videos, both in terms of the practice matches, the ideal finals, and the master classes. You can follow them and also attend all the master classes.
Okay. Plus one more question, that what is the motion or the overall theme of the competition.
Okay, so I guess you're joining late. So if you likely you're joining late because that we have clarified. So you have to watch this, videos minute prior. You will get all the things. Also, we'll create a WhatsApp group and we'll share the PPT and all thing within your group. Yeah. So Nishika, I'm taking your question. Is the reply speech completely rebuttal based? Yes, the rebuttal is the fundamental part of the reply speech. Also, you have to kind of conclude. Correct. So kind of conclude from your side. That's all. No, you can't introduce a new thing in the reply speech. Trishan, go ahead. That's the last question.
Yes, sir. Sir, in my main for the dragons, we got about sustainability, communities, and all. So we have to focus on that, and as well as the topic we'll get, or we have to focus on either one of them.
So look, before receiving the topic, that's the theme that you have. So you can read about it, get to know about it. Once you receive the motion, then you need to prepare the motion. Motion is precisely like the question of your exam. On the other hand, the theme is like the broad chapter and all. So theme is broader, which cover a lot of motions. On the other hand, your motion going to be precisely what you will speak on. Yes, I think I've already, answered all the question. I'm going to repeat. So you have this video link, YouTube channel, go subscribe it, and you will find the recording of previous debating tournaments, also master classes. So you can do that. Also for today's this orientation, you will find the recording over there. And the last, if you have any queries from here onwards, you can ping this number, the Ogleys helpline number. They will able to answer you in couple of hours. With that, I'm wrapping up the session and we'll see you again 6:30 p.m. tomorrow with the same link for the first masterclass of IDEA. Okay, thank you everyone for joining it.